There was always a pretty big gamble that Marvel's WandaVision, being the first series due to constant delays, would put Disney Plus and Marvel Studios in a bad position because it just looked a little too weird. Little did anybody know and expect that this series would do what it did and end up being one of the biggest things in pop culture this year. So let's talk about the surprise it was for everyone. So recently, while speaking with The Hollywood Reporter in regards to her upcoming role as the Scarlet Witch in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and how it felt to wrap production on WandaVision and go straight into shooting Doctor Strange for about 6 months, she revealed that it was one of those things where it just sort of flew by. It was rapid, it went by, it was one project to another, there was things moving around, and then somewhere in the middle there, as she says, WandaVision released, and she wasn't really paying much attention to it because, again, these people are working 16 to 18 to 20-hour days for 6 to 7 to 8 months, and if you combine what she did with WandaVision, it was close to like 9 to 10 months of constant work in a span of a year and a half of this. So, yeah, give her a pass for not being tuned on to Twitter all day to disagree with people, like so many people seem to do. Either way, though, she says that at first she didn't really understand how WandaVision was doing, or didn't even know, up until suddenly she realized that the numbers were huge. And then Disney Plus had projected a certain amount of million views over the course of a certain amount of time. And then by the time she got the report of what was happening, it was over 100 million views total. And she says she was shocked. She was like, wait, what? 100 million views on WandaVision? But then people are also confusing this. She's not saying that she got the note of 100 million at first. For the first episode, that's not what they're saying, that it reached 100 million views up until they got the news. And the follow-up is the more important one, where she says that she was sent a video in early May of somebody doing a drag Agatha. Now, if you combine that with what she said above, this means that sometime in May is when she found this out, meaning that 100 million views, when she got that number, was in relation to the series, probably its first run. So, does that make sense now? As in, the series, WandaVision as a whole, all those episodes combined, by the time it was done airing on Disney Plus, got 100 million views. And if we do just simple math, and let's do simple math just for the sake of it, they had 9 episodes, 100 million views. Can you do the math? It was over 10 million per episode in its first initial run. And obviously, Marvel Studios products continue to just gather up interest, and we saw that even after it finished airing and continued to air, it was still doing pretty good when it came to Samba TV. So that's what she's saying. They cracked 100 million views, which they didn't know that they would, and everybody was surprised because, again, it was a gamble. It was the first of these. So, yeah, pretty huge. Blew away all expectations, as she says.